Loving the Strange, a podcast for weirdos and those who want to be weirder. Embrace the strange. New episodes every Saturday, live streaming Fridays. Loving the Strange. Check us out. Hello!
What's up, baby?
Welcome to Loving the Strange, where Sean and I sit on different ends of our office in our house and talk to you on a bi-weekly Friday night basis.
Hey.
Yes?
I love you.
I don't know if I believe
Did you see my title yet tonight?
Daddy? So for those of you who are only listening after the fact, Sean has renamed himself on the video Daddy.
Yeah.
So I guess he is now Sean Daddy?
No, just you don't say Sean, baby, when you call me Daddy.
Oh my gosh.
It's just Daddy.
I don't know if I like that, babe. I feel like that's a little weird. You
gotta just imagine whatever words you can put in front of it. Not sugar.
Sugar daddy.
Definitely not sugar.
No, I'm the sugar daddy.
You're the sugar mama, baby.
Sweet daddy.
Yeah.
Cowboy daddy.
Sexy daddy. Oh, cowboy daddy's good.
Funky daddy.
Not so much.
Boo daddy.
Boo daddy's good. That's kind of modern.
Hemorrhoid daddy?
No, not yet.
Is that something that happens? Can I tell you a really personal part of my life, which I feel safe to do so?
Only
because
if I've heard the story before this.
No, it's not about us. It's about my parents. And since they're both dead, I feel like it's safe. My mom used hemorrhoids as the reason why it was good that she divorced my father.
What?
Yeah. Like
your dad gave her hemorrhoids?
No, he had hemorrhoids. Like
they're not transferable.
I know, but she always used it like as a sign of weakness.
They're
like
not contagious.
You know,
for him.
Yeah, like when your parents
That's fucking horrible.
When your parents are divorced and like kind of like create a litany of crimes or
so if you
reasons.
Got, like, prostate
You're talking over me. When you talk about a litany of crimes or reasons of why they're divorced, right? Or like why the other person deserves it, right? Like they're rationalizing through it. One of her things was always, well, he had hemorrhoids. Your father had hemorrhoids.
That's what I'm saying. So would she have said the same thing had he gotten prostate cancer?
He did get prostate cancer.
Well, yeah, but she was already dead, wasn't she?
No, he had a little bit of prostate cancer while she was still alive. That's not the cancer that killed him, but yeah.
Dee says thanks for the
present
box with a bow on it.
We sent Dee a present.
That's right.
Because Dee's awesome.
Did, baby. You're amazing.
Dee's awesome. But hi, Dee. It's good to see you here.
I already forgot what it was.
That's because you're Sean.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a Matthew McConaughey mug.
Oh, yes. She didn't even get me one.
No.
I swear.
No, you don't get. You do not get. You don't deserve the awesome that is a Matthew McConaughey mug, but Dee does.
Oh, my God. I'd throw away 3 mugs just to make room for that. Holy crap.
Hey, Doug Marshall's here. Hey, Doug Marshall.
Hey, Doug.
Doug was on a cruise.
What? Oh, yeah, I know. I saw some pictures.
He went to Alaska.
I know. I just got a little jealous, actually, a couple of those pictures.
I was going to tell him to hook up with my friend Michelle O'Brien, who lives in Ketchikan, Alaska, right where, Doug, if you're still listening, hopefully you are. Like there's these staircases that go up, and she lives and like all the tourists go there. I don't know because I've never been there, but all the tourists go there, and she lives like right at the top of it with her adorable dog.
Does she have to climb the stairs all the time?
Yeah, it gives her great calves. She's sexy-legged lady.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Climbing all them stairs every day.
She's a hot Rotarian, that Michelle O'Brien. John Bell says hemorrhoids are better than herpes, and I think you're probably right. I wouldn't know.
Both of Carrie's parents had those too.
No, they did not. God bless their.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That's why I said uh-oh.
Kate says, I'm here with my friend. A first time Loving the Strange listener and a last time Loving the Strange listener.
This is not a good time for a first time.
We're so sorry, Kate's friend.
But
we love you, Kate.
We didn't even start doing research on Carrie's handpicked subject, which, mind you, she didn't run by me before she chose it. So if it sucks, it's all her. But it won't, because we didn't. We were like doing tropical storm
Okay, why don't we
prep
give background?
until like 6:55.
So allegedly, there is a hurricane/tropical storm that's going to hit New England. It's only a Category 1 hurricane. So people like Sean, who are from Florida, aren't all that freaked out about it, right? But the problem is that all our trees still have a lot of leaves on it and on them. And all our trees aren't used to hurricanes because we don't really get them here.
Saturated.
And our ground is really, really wet, which means that the older trees of Maine and Nova Scotia and New Brunswick are having a hard time holding on already. So that means tomorrow or tonight, past midnight, when the hurricane/tropical storm gets here, if it downgrades, all the trees are going to go boom.
No, hopefully not.
Maybe.
Carrie's exaggerating. Hopefully.
And so everybody's like, half of Maine is freaking out. We have an emergency declaration just in case. And the other half of Maine is like, it's nothing. Come on, tourists, come give us your money. And
hopefully they're right.
I'm kind of in the middle. I don't know.
We're hoping for the least and preparing for the worst.
Yeah. As Jonathan Carter, a lobster fisherman who has been on the Bar Harbor Committee for many a year, decades, said on Monday night, could be something, could mean nothing.
That's right.
And that's the true Mainer way of looking at these storms. So,
but neither one of us are Mainers, so.
No, I'm from New Hampshire. We don't care. And so, anyways, the point here is that we had to make a podcast tonight before the storm. We had no ideas about what to talk about. And Sean was off in the other room. And I was like, I got to get this done. I got to get this off my to-do list. And now we're talking about strange random storm things. This is what my brain's on, man. All right, so
that's what it was on last night.
Doug Marshall said where Michelle lives in Alaska is the red light district. I think she's a Chamber of Commerce executive president, so I don't know.
Maybe they advertise.
Maybe they have a special thing to do in Ketchikan. Mona's here. Hey, Mona, it's good to see you. Mona also lives in Maine. And Dee said, that reminds me of here when they say snow people buy up all the bread and toilet paper, and the other half is like, eh. That's exactly what happens. And Lori says, love the fun you guys have together. It's not fun. It's hell, Lori. And I hope Sean never gets hemorrhoids.
It's only hell for Carrie. It's fun for me.
I hope Sean never gets hemorrhoids either.
It's always fun. Yeah. But don't worry, Carrie will take care of it for me.
And Chuck, who also lives in the Bar Harbor area, although I think he lives in the creek, said it was really nice knowing you guys. I know, Chuck. It was nice. And
he lives in the creek. That's where there's going to be massive amounts of flooding.
Oh, the trees are going to fall down in the creek. Chuck lives in Otter Creek. So it's really interesting because we have this like micro news blog, so we feel compelled to write about the hurricane to make sure if it is something.
Well, you do.
People, you're such a jerk, Sean.
I haven't had time.
If it is something, people are prepared, right? But the other half of us is like, it's probably not going to be anything. We'll see tomorrow.
We'll see tomorrow. Is that what you said?
Kate just said so. We're only talking about the weather.
No,
Kate.
Sort of.
Yeah. All right.
Not just the weather.
We're going to talk about weird storm things and hemorrhoids because that's the way.
Some of mine are actually storms. They're just like meteorologically related.
Dude, that's off topic.
Necessarily storms.
If any of you.
Off topic. Apparently, the weather is not a good topic to begin with, according to Kate. So
we're sorry, Kate. We're sorry you brought a friend for this one.
I know. We can switch it to sex.
I know.
I'm good with that.
I'll just get banned from Facebook for Kate's friend.
How would we get banned from Facebook?
I feel like if we talked about sex, we would get banned from Facebook. But you all should let us know because we were thinking about starting a secondary Loving the Strange podcast that's basically, yes, with a couple of our friends talking about sex things, but we can't do that on Facebook because Facebook has rules.
Really?
I think so. And as you all know, I would be my role would be the uptight person on the podcast.
Oh my God, yes. She lie.
Not lying at all.
She would lie so hard. Cause he crazy.
I'm so not crazy. You want to hear how uncrazy I am? When I was 3 years old and my Aunt Patty was trying to teach me the hokey pokey because my Aunt Patty had a dance studio, she's like, Carrie, you have to learn how to move your hips, little honey. You have to move your hips.
And
I
she
couldn't.
did.
I
She
never
learned.
learned.
Because tonight she was in the kissing.
I'm trying so hard. I'm trying to learn Shakira dances,
You're
but
like, I'm trying
whatever.
to learn how to dance like Shakira, and she was dancing and grinding up on me.
I was not
It was beautiful.
grinding up on him.
Beautiful.
I
Now,
was not. Oh my God, Sean.
Back to the weather with Carrie Jones.
Oh, I hate podcasting live. Anyways, but I did try to teach Shawnee how to do a Shakira
I
move.
almost threw my back out.
He cried.
I didn't cry.
He cried.
Don't exaggerate. I might have said, ow, ow,
Oh, can't do that.
whatever. That first hip shake really hurt my back.
It was so bad. That's so funny. That's so bad.
I mean, it was fine right after, and I definitely did it, but
It's okay, great grandpa. So, one of the best storms in Maine that has ever happened is what we like to call the purple lightning storm of Maine, right? So this storm is super cool. And in 1882, right?
Yeah.
I think it was 1882. Oh, shoot. It might have. No, it wasn't. It was February 1883, right?
Well, sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And apparently, according to the Ellsworth Herald, which was the newspaper of the time, this storm hit Bar Harbor, Maine, which is where we live, right?
Yeah.
And the lightning was purple. And it appeared like balls of fire. And it came through people's, in their houses, like through the windows, through the doors, and down the chimneys. And a whole bunch of people got like minor injuries. Some, it says, were stuck in the feet, some in the eye, while others were electrified, some powerfully and some slightly. And then it says that Mrs. E. Holden had her arm benumbed by a fireball, which entered an open window in her house. Another victim, Captain Maurice Rich, was thrown backwards by a lightning flash, was shot into his bedroom and ignited a match that he was holding in his hand. Dude, you know how cool it is, right? Like, that's so cool.
That would be so cool if it was true.
It is true. It's all in the newspaper reports of the time. And it also says, oh my God, Sean. It also says that the purple lightning, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Hit a flagpole on the island.
Oh, I believe that.
And it reduced it to rubble.
I believe that too.
And then
it would have been wood back then.
And then it plunged that actual flagpole into the ground 4.5 feet in a hole. What? And then the lightning, right? It hits the flagpole, plunges the flagpole into the ground, and then it goes 4 to 5 feet more in a horizontal direction. It's already plunged the flagpole 4.5 feet down, right? Like horizontally across the land, even though the land was frozen as hard as a rock. And it made a trench in the ground, like for 500 feet.
That's crazy.
It's amazing. And then the witness continued, quote, the debris from this trench, consisting of great masses of frozen ground and stones, weighing in some instances hundreds of pounds, I lost my place, were thrown in both directions, and some of them in the air for long distances around. One mass of frozen earth as large as a fishing smack was hurled more than 75 feet away.
Whew.
Dude, you know it's cool.
I know. I heard the story before.
I don't care if you've heard the story before. It's so cool. Oh, people are just sending laughing emojis.
Well, that was before when we were being funny.
Are you saying that the purple lightning storm of Bar
No, the
Harbor
purple
was
lightning storm was fucking
1883?
cool. The purple lightning storm was cool. Can you go back up? This is going to be a little topic change. Can you go back up to John Bell's comment about hemorrhoids is better than herpes?
I don't know if I want to do that.
No, I was thinking about our friend the other day that has a girlfriend.
Don't tell that story.
He's been seeing it. It's funny as
Don't tell that story.
It's so funny.
Okay, tell the story.
So we have a friend.
If we no longer have friends after this, it's your fault.
We're not identifying them. So we have a friend who's been with this really nice girl for like a year, I think, right?
You're already narrowing it down, and people are gonna figure it out.
Oh, no, whatever. And
It's not my
but
fault.
they don't live. Anyways, they were in two separate places at the time. And he's like, he was like, yeah, I'm at the doctor's, and she said, oh, why? And he's like, oh, my herpes flared up again. I thought it was dormant and blah blah blah. And she's like, what? You never told me you had herpes? And the best part of that text thread was,
Would you like me to read the text thread?
No. I'm trying not to get too precise here. Anyways, it didn't take long before she said, that's breakup worthy. And he was like, oh, now I just have a physical today.
It's brilliant.
It is. It was funny as hell.
Here, ready? This is the text thread. My herpes has come back. I didn't think it would. That's so I've been feeling so crappy. No, it's actually showing as well. Now. What? Excuse me? We talked about this back at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
What the F word are you talking about? This isn't funny. It will be fine when it clears up. Can't transmit then. Just have to get another script. His name. What the F word? I'm at the doctor's office. I can't talk out loud about this. Don't call. Answer the phone. My appointment in 5. You never told me you had herpes. This is breakup worthy. Ha 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 ha. Are you lying to me? I have a physical. OMG. Ha 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 ha. I literally could kill you right now. This wasn't funny. I will screenshot this and save it forever. I don't like you today.
I think that was so funny.
I love you. Nope.
Yeah, he didn't ever send us anything after that.
No, he didn't. I don't know if they're still together, honestly. I don't know if I'd be still
Have you heard
together.
from him since then?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
okay.
talked about UFO stuff. All right, so there you go.
Yeah, I thought that was a funny little sidebar.
Hurricane herpes and
Oh,
hemorrhoids.
yeah, good one, baby.
Yeah. Hurricane, hemorrhoids, herpes. That's what we should rename the podcast.
Hurricanes, hemorrhoids, and herpes?
Yeah,
No,
that's so-
horrible.
It's such a better name than what? Strange stuff about
Loving the
storms.
strange? No.
So John Bell says John lives in Florida and he knows all about hurricanes
South
because
Florida.
A, he lives in South Florida, and B,
He works for a giant electrical company, so he has to go all over the place after hurricanes to repair stuff.
yeah. So he says the hurricane panic will make you do crazy things. What happened to getting drunk and just throwing a party, Florida style?
Well,
I think that's happening in Bar
had we
Harbor.
been in Florida, we might have done that. But since we have one house in particular, that basement is prone to flooding, and another one that could get wet, we had things to prepare.
Doug says
Generators to buy.
those people are underwater.
What people?
The Alaska people?
Oh.
Us?
I don't know.
The hemorrhoid people? Hemorrhoid
Oh,
people.
Stevie said happy birthday to me.
Yeah, he did.
Thanks, man.
Yay, thank you. Our beautiful music is via the amazing man, the amazing writer, the amazing star, Stu. Dee says, okay, that was hilarious. I don't know.
I told you people would find that funny.
I don't know what it was anymore.
The herpes threat.
Oh,
the
Doug
herpes-
says if he has
the
herpes, so do
out-of-date
you.
April Fool's joke.
You don't know that, Doug. You don't know
Only if you're sleeping with them.
that. No, I think he's talking about you, baby.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have no herpes. Fuck that.
Language.
What?
All right. Do you have any funky storm stories?
Man, our dog's going crazy.
Nobody can hear it. Doesn't
They
matter.
can't hear that?
Yeah. All right. Dee says the story. I'd be pissed,
I'd be
but
pissed.
I definitely laugh afterwards. I
Yeah.
hope she laughed
And then you
afterwards.
spend so much time trying to think something better.
No.
Yeah, that's the downside of that kind of. Hey, tell me that they can't hear that.
All right. Kogi's trying to get. All right. Our young puppy is trying to get our old dog to play. Our old dog doesn't want any of that. like
My
any of
puppy's
it.
being a little ass.
Language.
I didn't say whole.
Language.
I didn't say the whole word.
All right. Do you have a story? All right.
I don't have. I'm telling you, I don't have real.
Okay, here, I'll tell you a downer story.
What?
A long time ago.
This is not a downer podcast.
Well, you weren't helping out. A long time ago, there was a Dust Bowl and Black Sunday. And according to the worldgeography.com, due to droughts, irresponsible farming, this is such an upper, decades of farming without rotating crops, and the lack of natural anchors, a series of dust storms struck the United States in the 1930s. And they actually can be considered one storm, which lasted, according to Poggy the Barking Dog, from the year 1930 to the 1940s. And that is kind of a crazy thought. Like, can you imagine a storm that lasts 10 years?
No.
Where are you going, boo? He left.
Yeah. Because I saw some foam in the living room that I haven't seen before. And I just found out our little puppy has chewed a hole right through the
Couch?
The memory foam. No, luckily it was the dog bed.
Oh.
The memory foam dog bed. So now there's foam all over the damn living room floor because of our insane ass dog.
Language. So Christopher Walsh says she's always F-wording, yelling at you about your language, Sean.
I know.
Very true.
She,
Doug Marshall says, I remember driving in blizzards. Stupid me. Have you ever driven in a blizzard, Bay?
I have.
All right.
Like literally, like in a little car too, without studded tires. But you know, when I used to not live on the island and I was still a police officer, I had to get to work.
Yeah. So Sean used to be a cop, and cops have to drive in blizzards.
I'm gonna have to go put that dog down, baby.
No, you're not. Our dog has a zoomies during the podcast. It is so cute. Can you hear her little feet?
Memory foam.
No.
I should probably go clean that up real quick.
Yeah, you probably should. Should I? Do you want to just be in
it.
charge of the? Don't leave me all alone in the podcast. And that's why it's live. And that's why we.
Look at Christopher Walsh's next.
All right, so Chris Walsh, because he hates me, said my least favorite word in the whole world, which is moist. And many a storm is moist. So we're just going to leave that there. And I'm going to tell you another random fact about storms that'll make you run for cover, according to Best Life Online. Can I just say, if your podcast is if your website is Best Life Online, why are you talking about storms that are going to make you run for cover? Because that really seems kind of negative to me. But here you go. Fascinating storm facts everyone should know while Sean is cleaning up the memory foam in the living room. Number 1, a 1995 storm in Texas had hailstones as big as softballs. Allegedly, in 1995, there was a storm in Texas. There were 70-mile-per-hour winds, which is more than the winds we're actually expecting tomorrow.
No, it's not.
And it killed 15 people and injured more than 100, caused extensive flooding, knocked out power to 16,000 people, broke the windows of a ton of buildings and cars, and some roads in Fort Worth were buried under 2 feet of hailstones as big as a softball, which is kind of horrifying and not really an upper, which makes me wonder why it's on bestlifeonline.com.
Look at all that memory foam,
right,
baby.
Here he goes. Here, you can see what Poggy just did. Yeah.
In like 2 minutes.
Wait,
What?
Steve Boucher just looked in our window. Are you still there, Steve Boucher?
He's out. He's in his car on the street, I think.
Well, tell him to come in. Dude, that's weird. All right, this is the worst podcast ever. Dee says storms sometimes make for great naps.
Hell yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
As long as it's not causing any damage to your house.
I cannot believe Steve Boucher just looked in our window and I didn't even see him.
Well, he was driving by. A star got there, and he's got a black car because he thinks he's Batman.
And they have Monty. They have the big dog.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't work out too good.
Well, it'd be exciting. There'd be a lot of memory foam all over the house.
I flipped That's not memory foam. That's dog blood.
What?
Probably from Poggy.
There's blood?
No!
Oh.
If Poggy and Monty got in a skiff, I mean.
Oh.
Like, and Kieran.
So stop swearing, Sean. That's why you shouldn't swear, because children could be watching this podcast. Children and Christopher Walsh.
Chris Walsh doesn't care.
Oh, he totally cares.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, Steve said he's teaching his young child breaking and entering skills.
This is not a good place to teach that.
All right. Anyways, more weather phenomenon. Are you ready?
Now, if you want to teach them voyeurism, I can be your consultant.
He's very good at
$400
that.
an hour.
He really is good at that. I'm pretty sure it's the only reason he was a cop. So in 1972, there was a blizzard in Iran, and it was called the deadliest blizzard in history. It lasted an entire week from February 3rd to February 9th. Again,
Actual snow?
Yeah.
Like a real blizzard?
Yeah, 4,000 people died.
Really?
And they got 26 feet of snow.
26 feet in how long?
A week.
What?
Mm-hmm.
How often? Well, I mean, it snows in, but isn't it normally like the mountains?
It was in southern Iran. It was
Oh,
26 feet of snow. 200 villages were almost completely buried and wiped off the map. And that kind of makes our hurricane / tropical storm tomorrow kind of look like nothing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like a cakewalk.
I know. Like, it's
Can
horrifying.
you imagine 26 feet of snow?
I cannot imagine
That's
6
like
feet
twice
of
as
snow.
high as our house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, not quite, but
I-
our whole house would disappear plus a lot.
I can't even imagine. I cannot imagine 26 feet of snow.
Oh, Jesus.
Another one, again from Best Life Online, is a blood red rain poured down on India for an entire summer.
What? An entire summer?
Yes, in 2001, from July 25th to September 23rd, red-colored rain fell on a town in India, baffling the entire world, it says. A few days before the blood rain started, people started reporting a sudden flash of light and like this booming sound in the sky, right?
Yeah.
And they also said like the trees shedded shrunken and wrinkled like burnt leaves.
So was it like acid rain or something?
They think it was red spores from a lichen-forming algae.
Huh.
But can you imagine you're like sitting here like at home and it starts raining red?
No.
And all the tree leaves start shriveling up and dying. I'd be like, the world is ending. It is like the horsemen of the apocalypse.
You would think
it's all over right now.
be time to load up all the guns. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay.
That was, both of those events are just freaky.
They're so freaky. All right.
The 26 feet of snow is insane.
Like Dee said, how would anyone get out of 26 feet of snow? I do not know.
I don't know that you can.
I do not know.
I think you're better off trying to stay in your house for the whole time.
And Doug said that the recent Libya flood may have caused 20,000 deaths, which is just...
That also is an incredible event.
It's so hard to, like, understand death at that number. You know what I mean? Like, the 4,000 people in that blizzard in Iran, or the 20,000 in Libya this week, like, or the earthquake in Morocco, even like when it's that much sadness and suffering, it's so hard for me, and I think a lot of other people, hopefully, and not just me, just to wrap your head around it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that number is so big. It's what?
No, you're 100% correct.
It's just so big.
I'm not laughing like at what you said.
Okay. Dee said, the red-colored rain reminds me of the story where the lady was in line at Starbucks, I think, and the nasty, smelly brown rain fell on some of the cars, and they couldn't figure out what it was.
That's nasty, smelly brown rain.
What is that about?
Maybe that was somebody high up on the rooftop.
I don't know.
That had to go poo. And it was...
Don't! Dude! That's nasty.
But really, it's nasty brown rain.
Oh, like a long time ago, I think.
That's what she said, Dee said. What? That's what she said, D said.
Dee said, I'll find you the story. Please hold. A long time ago, like in Scotland and stuff, like maybe in the Middle Ages or maybe in the 1500s. I can't remember. They used to, like, at a certain time in the day, dump all their chamber pots out into the street.
And they'd all do it at once? Why?
Well, because
they just trying to get the smell over with, or what?
Yeah, because like if everybody just dumped their chamber pot like at random times during the day, and you're walking down the streets of like Glasgow or something, like you're gonna randomly get hit by chamber pot brown rain stuff, right? But if you have it at a synchronized time every morning and every night, then at least you know.
So if you're walking down the street and your pocket watch is a minute off, you're screwed.
Yeah, pretty much. Yay, medieval era. But like, how nasty is that though?
It's super nasty.
It's so nasty. How did we get talking about poop?
Because somebody said something. Oh, D's responsible.
It's all D's fault. Never sending her a Matthew McConaughey mug again.
Dude, I can't believe you didn't buy me one of those.
I'm so sorry. Dee said, I remember being in Paris and watching people throw out their chamber pots. It was gross.
Do they still use them?
Not in medieval times either. Unless Dee had a past life in Paris. Possible. It's possible. You never know.
No.
So in 1958, this isn't really a storm, but often tsunamis can be caused by, no, they're really caused by earthquakes. I'm really reaching here. But anyways, in 1958 in Alaska, in a certain bay in Alaska, there was a mega tsunami. Which
that fits, baby. It's weather related for sure.
Okay, which makes me think of like those movies like Mega Shark and Meg. You know, like it's a mega tsunami. It's not just a tsunami.
Oh,
it's a mega tsunami.
That does sound like a D movie.
Yeah.
Horror.
Anyway, so the initial wave in a mega tsunami is a lot bigger than initial wave in a regular tsunami, and it can reach almost 100 meters.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And the highest,
that's like 300 feet.
Yeah, the highest wave ever recorded was in 1958 on July 9th in Alaska, and it was 524 meters, which is 300 feet higher than normal skyscrapers.
Was anybody surfing that thing?
I have no idea. I was not alive. That would be
the all-time best wave to catch ever.
So basically what happened was there was an earthquake, and then because of the earthquake,
offshore?
I don't know, there was a landslide.
Yeah.
And then the landslide made all the glacier lakes like go boom, and then all the tsunami go whoo, and it made this huge wave.
That's insane.
I know, it's amazing.
When was that?
What?
When was that?
1958.
Really?
Yeah.
Because that would have like taken out any ships around or anything.
I can't even imagine anything that big.
Dee said she sent you the message.
Oh, okay.
The story in Messenger.
She went in 1999, and they did it then. You have to talk while I find these.
I'll talk about why people are still using chamber pots in 1999. Are you sure that was Paris?
Oh man, I believe her.
No, I believe her 100%.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn. I mean, they didn't even walk down to like the first floor?
I don't know. I was in Paris.
Ditch.
I was
like the wastewater drain.
I went to Paris, and I think it was in 1989, maybe.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there, and I don't remember that. But to be fair, I would repress the heck out of that.
Maybe you weren't walking down the street at the given hour.
Maybe. But I just am pretty positive that if I had that experience, I would repress that experience and never remember it again.
Yeah, you probably would, actually.
Yeah. Everil wrote, and the landslide brought me down.
Yeah.
And that's hysterical because that's in my head right now. I cannot get it out.
Really?
Yeah. Everil and I are like in sync. Christine said, this is the reason why gentlemen walk on the outside of a sidewalk when walking with a woman. Do you hear that, Sean? Do you hear that?
I do hear that, but nowadays gentlemen walk on the inside of the sidewalk to protect their woman from all the miscreants that are leaning up against the wall of the building.
No, you're supposed to walk
or hiding in the doorway, because there's no crap flowing down the side of the sidewalk nowadays, unless maybe you're in New York or something.
Paris?
Maybe Paris. There might be a certain time of day where it's like a turd sailboat race going down the gutter. I don't know. Maybe the little kids take toothpicks with a sail on it and jam them in there as they go by.
Dee said, yep, because our tour guide had just told us to walk down the middle of the road, and one of the other tourists said, why? And on cue, flying poop out the window.
That right,
oh, that's nasty. That's so nasty.
On a rainy day, the little Parisian kids are out there with sails. They jam in the turds as they go by, and they race them down the gutter.
Doug said, even if the woman doesn't know him. And
I don't know what he's referring
Christine
to.
said, that's what a taser is for.
The only person in this world that carry a taser would be me, number one.
I would taser him.
Number two, she couldn't bring herself to taser anybody. She'd be dead before she could.
I would taser you.
Me, yes, but not anybody else.
That's what true love is.
I don't want to hurt you.
Dee said that moment is forever ingrained in her brain, and I believe that.
I believe that too.
Yeah. So the story Dee sent is this. It's from startribune.com, and thank you, Dee, because Dee's amazing. It says Representative Craig seeks answers from the FAA after feces rained down on a woman's car in Burnsville. The original story was written by Louise Krause of Star Tribune. This is from May 2023, and it goes, a stinking mystery where feces of an unknown origin rained down from the sky on a constituent's car has U.S. Rep. Andy Craig seeking some answers from the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA.
Why do they think it's from an airplane?
I don't know, because it came from the sky.
Well, maybe it was like a pelican that lets out a big old dump.
All right, I'm sorry to the people who listen after the fact and don't get to see this.
A picture?
Heck to the yeah.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Can you see that?
I can't see that.
You can't see that?
I can when it's on my screen.
Is it too little?
It's micro small.
Micro small. Is it micro small? Is it bigger now?
I do see it.
So for those of you who can see this and those of you who can't, it's a picture of a windshield that looks way out in the middle of nowhere, honestly. And there's brown things all over that.
I don't think that's what it is.
You don't think it's poop?
No.
You really, truly don't think it's poop?
I don't.
How can you not think it's poop?
Because
I'm sure they tested it.
I just don't think the splatter marks are right.
Oh my, you wouldn't.
No, I'm just saying.
Are you a pro about the poop splatter mark?
Hey, you know what? It's kind of like a little basic. Here's the thing: something coming from a high altitude is going to have like a real distinct splatter with some flying edges. But those marks, to me, in this little tiny picture I'm looking at, look like they have pretty good delineation around the outside, which means it's a viscous thing.
Can I read this?
Like she was behind a vehicle that had a really bad oil or brake.
No, because she was stopped. Ready? Carissa Brown was waiting May 12th at Caribou Coffee drive-thru in Burnsville with her 6-year-old son when she noticed gobs of brown, smelly liquid pelt her Honda Prelude. That seems like an important detail. It was like the weight of heavy raindrops, but all at the same time. And my car was covered in brown, Brown said. Her name's Brown. That's hysterical.
See, that right there means it's bullshit.
I was like, oh my God, what just happened? It didn't stop her from getting her coffee, but the Caribou Coffee employee noticed the bad smell, she said. Brown then took her car to the car wash. It didn't completely get rid of the rancid material, so she used paper towels to wipe off the rest. The best part is she still got her coffee. Like poop has like covered her magic poop from the sky.
Yeah.
Like from a dragon. Maybe Puff the magic dragon. Who knows?
Maybe Puff took a shit on her cup.
Language. Brown initially thought it was bird poop from a large flock,
No,
but,
Puff poop.
but after opening the window, she realized the awful smell was more similar to human waste. She said she believes it fell from a passing airplane.
No, because I totally agree with Doug.
Wait, I don't know what Doug said. Hold
I
on.
know, you know. But don't jump. Either jump all the way down there and go back.
I'll jump all the way down. A liquid dump from that altitude would freeze.
If any friggin' article you read about airline poop, it's always frozen and it's always blue because that's what they put. That
What was it?
It was in that.
Oh, a dragon?
Yeah. No, I'm telling you. Here's honest to God's truth. It was a cloaked UFO. And they had to dump their tank because it was full. They swung by Taco Bell the night before, and they overflowed.
I can't believe we're married.
I only know all that stuff because of you.
All right. Back to poop in Paris, in Scotland. Fiona says, hi, Fiona. Says walking on the outside would be to protect you from the carriages. Walking on the inside is the poop protection. And she says that's from an airplane dumping its stuff flying over. And Christine said, Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
And Bo said, Google Leonard Leo, follow the money. Oh! And we're back to Doug.
Yeah.
Christine said a literal S-word storm.
Shit.
Sean.
Babe.
All right.
If they can type it, I can say it.
If we get banned from Facebook, you all have to come with us somewhere else.
Put you in Facebook jail. We only go every 2 weeks. So.
I don't know how it works, honestly.
Facebook
Dee said
like
maybe she herself needed her own magic poop, so she got herself a coffee.
She's probably just trying to get a free coffee.
Doug said it is a storm-related topic because it's an S-word storm.
Right.
You're so clever, Doug. And then Dee says, eating Taco Bell will do that to you, as I've been told. I don't eat Taco Bell.
Oh, Doug, you gotta, Dee, you gotta eat some Taco Bell.
Don't do it, Dee. Don't do it.
Yes, do it.
Don't.
And make sure you get their hot sauce, which is fire sauce, which isn't very hot.
I think we lost Kate and her friend.
Kate? No, we did not.
I
It was
think we
Kate and her
did.
friend.
I think we did. Her friend was like judging, and then they're like gone forever. All right, you ready?
They'll be back.
Do you have any weird storm stuff, Shawnee?
First, I want to acknowledge Dee's last comment.
All right, you go right ahead.
She said, I don't like Mexican, even though it's not true
I'm
Mexican.
not Mexican.
But you don't like Mexican either? Like Tex-Mex?
Dee.
Or...
Where you live has the best Mexican buffet I have ever been to.
Is it not the only Mexican buffet you've ever been to?
No.
No? Oh.
No. And it was so good. And we went there the very last day that our daughter Emmy was living there with the army. And I am forever despondent that we only found it after 3 years of Georgia. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking of the other Mexican all-you-can-eat place we went to.
In Evanston, Illinois?
Yeah.
No, that is nothing compared to
right.
Columbia,
Georgia.
It was amazing. Doug Marshall says Taco Bell is also known as pre-diarrhea.
Man, you just don't have the right belly for it, Doug. It doesn't do anything to me. Except make me feel warm and fuzzy.
In his belly. And then his rectum.
No!
All right, Christina says, I only eat Taco Bell if I'm... Man, it's like a lot of Taco Bell hate here. Christine says, I only eat Taco Bell if I'm stranded on a deserted island and it's the only food available.
That's kind of how I feel, because I never get to eat it. So I feel like I'm on a deserted island and I can't find a Taco Bell.
He really likes the Taco Bell.
Only because I never get to eat it. And it's a real indulgence.
It creates a whole different kind of strange storm inside your belly.
No, it doesn't.
Dude, I'm trying to bring it back to the podcast topic.
Me.
Just go with it. Go with it. Don't be contrary.
Apparently, for most people, it does create quite the storm.
And you said, what's it called? We have plenty here.
We could not.
I'll look it up and I'll tell you after because it was so good. No, I can't remember where it is.
But isn't it in Columbus?
Yeah. That's where it was.
That other restaurant was better.
No, it wasn't.
No, the one, not Mexican. It was
the buffet.
No, the place right outside the gates where we used to go.
Oh, it's like a East African, Ethiopian.
Yeah, something like that. I was thinking more island Caribbean, but
maybe it was Jamaican.
It's good.
I don't remember that restaurant. I know.
Yeah, you knew it was actually on television. We saw it on True South.
My favorite part of you, Shawnee,
What?
is that you think you know what I remember versus what I don't. You
you
just told me I remember.
You've been there like 3 or 4 times though.
I know, but it means I have to like go into the archives of my brain. Like I don't actually. I remember.
Well, you should be more food focused like me.
I'm sorry. I'm just failing again. All right.
No, you never fail.
So let's see, 39 facts about weird storms from Best Life Online. Did you know lightning also occurs on other planets?
Well, yeah.
Did you know America is the world's tornado capital?
That I did not know.
Do you know, as a little kid growing up in Bedford, New Hampshire, I spent a lot of my life really worrying that a tornado was going to come because of the Wizard of Oz.
Really?
Yeah, I thought.
You didn't live in Kansas, baby.
I know, but I thought I was definitely going to die from like quicksand or a
totally
tornado. Different. Like one of those two things.
Quicksand was a big thing when we were kids. It was like, all the cartoons.
All the cartoons had quicksand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they make you think you'd be quicksand in your front yard if you didn't watch out.
I really thought I was going to die from quicksand.
That's crazy.
My nose looks large.
You can talk about that all day. You want me to tell you what?
No. Okay. All right. So D says, I think the quicksand thing is because of cartoons. That's what Sean said.
That is what I said.
That's what your birthday bud said, D. Greenland is the windiest place on the earth.
Really?
Apparently. I thought it was Mount Washington in New Hampshire, but no.
That might be wind speeds.
So it says that Cape Farewell, Greenland, has been called the windiest place on the earth. Doesn't seem the same as actually is the windiest place on earth.
I mean, this might be the windiest place on earth tomorrow.
I don't think so. So the satellite data, according to bestlifeonline.com, says that winds reach 44.7 miles per hour, 16% of the year and 29% of the winter. And it's believed that these strong winds carried Viking explorers from Iceland and Greenland to North America, making them the first Europeans to discover that continent. They weren't discovering it. They were visiting it, but whatever. Yeah. So
were they traveling on water or ice?
Water.
Okay.
So if you have a mild autumn, according to this, right?
Yeah.
With less storms.
Yeah.
Then you have bigger spiders the rest of the year.
Really?
Yes, because male spiders, it says, quote, mature in mid to late summer, leave their webs or holes, go looking out for a mate. Hey, want a mate? Hey, want a mate? And it's during the search that you're more likely to see them crawling on your walls and your windows and your floors. And that's warmer.
Smack them with a newspaper roll.
Or
magazine, not a newspaper.
If you're me, you take them gently outside and let them go.
Then they just come right back in and start spider humping.
Did you just say spider humping?
I did.
All right. However, the warmer the fall season, the bigger the spiders get because there's more prey available than usual, and they thrive in these warm conditions. So when we're all like, oh, it's such a beautiful autumn, it's so mild, the spiders are like, we're gonna Hulk out, and they get creepy.
Uh-huh. That's why you gotta kill him when you get the chance.
So Christine said Bedford quicksand. Closest thing was behind the airport, but we ran cars through it.
Like mudding? That's awesome.
Closest thing we had in New Hampshire to mudding, I think.
Well, quicksand's pretty intimidating. I mean, trying to get a car, especially through that. It's not even big old jacked up truck.
Christine asked if that was my mating call, and I think my mating call was more like, "Do you want to dance Shakira?"
That's pretty sexy, baby.
So Dee says,
like if we didn't have to do this podcast,
we'd be doing some Shakira. So how about we just have a storm to wipe them all out, because I don't do spiders. I thought that you would relate
Not
to that.
many people do spiders.
Not spider humping. I never in the whole life imagined I'd hear like the person I'm married to be like, spider humping.
Well, think about it.
Spider
humping. It's all legs and abdomens. It's good loving right there. All legs and abdomens.
How did Steve peek in our window and no one noticed?
He was in his car.
Oh.
If you pull up just ahead of the cedar shrubs, you can see in your office window.
Really?
Like just a skosh.
How do you know this? Have you done this?
Yeah, I sit out there and make sure you don't get right on the phone with your boyfriend when I leave the house.
Girlfriend. All right, so Dee says, I don't want to think about it. I just want them gone. All right, 39 facts about storms. You can calculate how far away you are from lightning.
Oh my God. Is that even true? I think that's a foul. I think that's like an old wives' tale to me.
It says that you're supposed to count the seconds between the flash of the lightning.
How many miles it equals? Right?
You're supposed to count the seconds between the lightning flash and the thunder.
Yeah.
Then you divide that number by 5.
Oh.
And
that's what we were doing wrong.
And that is how many miles away you are from where the lightning just struck.
No wonder we almost got struck by lightning so many times.
It's called the flash to bang method. And the National Weather Service recommends taking cover if it's less than 30 seconds.
You think I'm kidding? Back when I was like a teenager, it was every second equaled a mile. So we'd be like, oh, that's 5 miles away. In reality, it's like right on top of you.
Yeah.
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 So then you got to hit the dirt when all the hair on the back of your neck stands up.
Oh, hey, I just got a thing from the State Emergency Operations Center that says we're in a partial activation.
Why are you looking at that right
Because
now?
it made a big beep on my computer.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
See, Fiona agrees with me.
What?
She said she thought it was a mile for each second.
I thought it was 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 1 second,
but
1 second.
Mississippi is a second, and that's a mile.
Yeah, I know. But apparently we've all been wrong. Even Fiona, who I never imagined is wrong. And according to this, the flash to bang method from Live Science.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
I don't care if it's accurate or not. I just like the phrase flash to bang. It's like I'm producing a porno. Flash to bang! Like the shot, you flash it.
No.
You go from innocence to nastiness.
All right, here's a storm that's not, well, it's a storm. So I'm just going to move on. In 525 BCE.
I think you should just go with the comments for a few minutes.
I'm just going to finish this and then we'll go back to the comments. In 525, I'm trying to give people wisdom and random knowledge.
I know.
So because I'm generous like that. So in 525 BCE, Cyrus the Great's son had 50,000 soldiers. And he took them from Thebes and they went to attack the oasis of Siwa, right? Because they were trying to destroy the oracle at the temple of Ammon, right? Okay. And that was because the priests there said, yeah, you don't get to have Egypt. And he was like, I get Egypt. And so he was like, I'm going to bring my 50,000 guys over here and take it because you guys were jerks and said, I don't get it, right? So they walked for 7 days in the desert, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a sandstorm.
Yeah.
And it killed all of them. They drowned in this sandstorm. 50,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he didn't get Egypt, huh?
I don't know if he got Egypt, honestly, but he definitely didn't get he didn't give those local priests their comeuppance right then.
No, he did not.
Yeah, and later in 2009, they found all these bronze weapons. They found earrings, silver bracelets,
Bones?
and hundreds and hundreds of bones.
All right.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it is.
And the final one I want to tell you before we go back to the comments is that during Hurricane Andrew in your home state of Florida, my Florida man, right?
Yeah.
That was a category what?
I don't remember. 4? It didn't really do much.
It was 5. It was a 5.
Well, I couldn't see your thumb.
Oh.
You gotta put your whole hand in front of the camera.
During Hurricane Andrew, there was actually what happened is it led to the python invasion of Florida.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes.
It swept them all from South America?
No, because it demolished so many buildings, and one of those buildings that it demolished was a breeding facility for Burmese pythons. So all these pythons escaped, right? They go into the Everglades. They make 100 eggs a year.
And they start python humping.
They python hump just like the spiders hump, and it's all humpy. And now Florida residents like John Bell can go catch and kill them.
Yeah, for $1
By any means necessary.
Little bouncy.
All right, here we go. Everil just made a face because how can you not make your brain explode? And we're sorry.
Was agreeing with us.
We're sorry, Everil, if this is the first time you've listened. Fiona's I thought it was a mile, which we talked about. 30 seconds would mean 30 miles away. Then that seems pretty safe. John Bell said, "You'll be fine from the hurricane. It only gets nasty 50 miles from the center." Not on this one, it said. I is the worst. After 50 miles, it's just windy and rainy on and off. I've been in many hurricanes and seen the aftermath of at least 20. They always show this giant storm on TV and everyone panics. Actually, I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's very true. Fiona says, count your flashbacks.
And that made me laugh because of that, that book. I'm not going to say anything else, but isn't there a book?
Yes. All right. So our very first book festival that Shawnee and I had in Bar Harbor, Maine, which we're going to do again, hopefully, with Bo in a different way. We had an author from Southern Maine who was married to a police officer who I went to college with. Random, right? All those connections, and she had a book called Flashbang and Boomsticks,
something like that.
And it was a sexy book.
It was a pseudo-erotic novel, right?
Yeah. And Emily, whose idea for the book festival it was in the beginning, Emily's my daughter. She was in high school and she's like, "Look at this book, look at this book, look at this book." So we bought it. The end.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We did buy it.
That part.
Dee says panics and buys up bread and toilet.
No, that was COVID, Dee. That was COVID.
Dude, we made it an hour.
We just happened to have toilet paper and paper towels pretty well stocked up.
It's from COVID.
Yeah, because we have a vacation rule, so we keep that.
Don't say that. People will kill us in our town.
What?
So
nobody in our town's listening but Chris
Everil,
Carlson. He doesn't care. Everil doesn't care.
Chuck, Everil and Chuck.
Chuck don't care. Chuck. Never mind.
Chuck cares.
No, he doesn't.
He lives in the creek.
Well, he's gonna drown.
Dee said they did it here before COVID and water too. So
yeah, our grocery store was pretty wiped out on water tonight. But
was it?
Yeah. We got water.
Baby, your arms look huge.
They are, baby.
You look like Thor.
Oh, come on. You're exaggerating. You keep it up, baby.
I also have guns. Look at those guns.
I'll show you the hammer. Carrie's got some guns.
I do have guns.
She works out
They're
every day
hard.
at her computer. She's got dumbbells. Show me your dumbbells, baby.
I'm not going to show everyone.
Show me your dumbbell. She hit the dog.
I'm pointing at Shawnee.
Okay,
can we not talk about that?
Not on purpose, mind you.
I was doing tricep extensions and I'm blind out of my left eye, and poor little Poggy came up behind me on my left hand side while I was extending, and I bumped Poggy in the head and she made a cry noise, which she never does. And then she jumped up on me and started kissing me like she had done something wrong. It was the worst moment.
Yeah.
It was the worst moment.
Earlier when Carrie said our little puppy has the zoomies, that dog's 7 years old. She's still trying to shake it off.
He's lying.
She's been running around for 2 days.
He's such a little lying liar who lies. Anyways, happy storming to you, Fiona, even though you're not in the storm. But thank you anyway. I appreciate it. And hopefully you won't lose power.
Well, you could have a tropical storm party just because you know us.
Yeah, you could. I love Pokey 2D. It was really sad. And I think I checked her pupils and she didn't have any balance issues. All her teeth were still there. I don't think I hit her that hard, but
we wouldn't even notice if she suffered a concussion or anything, but
it was really
she's
upsetting
fine.
for me. And I really felt bad for my little baby, but she seems okay. She seemed okay. And at that moment, I swore.
Has never seemed okay.
At that moment, I swore to never do a tricep extension again.
But she did.
The next day.
That next day. She's got little guns on her, boy.
Dude, they're guns. They're so hard.
You can see them right through your sweater, baby.
Okay. Anyways.
We're going to oil you up tonight.
Okay, goodbye. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you do them too, D. D's really getting ripped. And here we go.
Wait, baby, you could be in one of those Miss Universe contests.
Heck to the no, I could not, and we all know.
You'd do fantastic.
No, I would not.
Yeah,
they would laugh so hard. They would laugh. So, all right. So, anyway, Stubby, thank you for donating your music. It's amazing. You should check him out. And here we go.
Thank you for listening to Loving the Strange. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, embrace the strange. New episodes every Saturday. Live streaming Fridays. Go get your strange on, friends. Thanks for listening.